What's up to all of my Scorpios out there, and welcome to Pulse of the Cosmos. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the weekly astrology for the week of August 10th through the 16th of 2020. But first, a little shout out to my subscribers out there. I know it has been a minute since I've posted, and I apologize about that. Thank you for being patient with me. I have been going through a lot of changes in my home life, just moving around a lot, but I'm finally in an apartment where I can kind of settle in and be able to do this more often with you guys. So I love you. Thanks for hanging in there. But in any case, let's get straight into the astrology from here, because there's a lot going on this week. And, you know, for you guys, my Scorpios, we have the sun over there in the 10th house. So there's definitely been a turn of awareness to your long-term goals and the world that you're trying to create for yourself, even your career life, what you're trying to build for yourself here. And with these quincunxes over to this Capricorn energy and over to Neptune there in Pisces, while those two will be sextiling each other, there's a lot of choices in the air. There's a lot of choices in the air surrounding love and romance situations with Neptune over there in your 5th house. And we're also looking to communication systems. We're looking at your 3rd house, how you communicate, and we're looking at your immediate environment. Is it stimulating you? Are the partnerships in your life stimulating you? Are you receiving the kind of joy and the kind of happiness and the kind of pleasure and the kind of love in the relationships, especially the love relationships that you have in your life with Neptune over there in the 5th house? And do you see this connecting truly to the long-term goals and the long-term visions that you've been really kind of formulating through this Leo season? We're looking to see if there's connection there. Does it feel divine? Does it feel like it fits into your world? These are a lot of the questions in the air. And is there a flow of communication? Do you feel like you're able to communicate and you're able to self-express in your environment, or are there some shifts and some changes that need to be made there? We do have Uranus going retrograde later this week as well in Taurus over there in your 4th house. So this is your 4th house deals with your personal life. So Uranus going retrograde in this area could bring up some major choices that you have to make in your personal life. And this could very much so have to do with the relationships and connection to where you see yourself long term and what those goals are. We also have Mars over there in your 6th house, and he's still going through all these squares to this Capricorn energy as well. Will be coming exact with Pluto this week. And Mars in the 6th house is really trying to kind of structure your life and clean up your routines and kind of structure your... Mars is a planet of vitality and of action, and so he's really trying to put you in a position there, give you that energy to work with, where you can really structure your life in such a way where it's conducive to manifesting the kind of world you're trying to create. But with these squares over to Capricorn there in your 3rd house, there could be some issues with communication there, and that might be where some of these shifts and changes and adaptations need to be made. This might be you needing to take a look at how you're communicating things, or maybe look at the situation and see if it's even a situation where communications can be heard. But in any case, let's pull into the cards and see what's going on for you guys there. And we do have, there's a dark moon this week, and the moon will be coming through Cancer, where Venus is as well. And this is in your 9th house. So, you know, Venus is trying to expand your world over there in the 9th house. And the moon coming through this space could have you being really reflective on that, even on looking at the opportunities available to you. And don't feel like you have to miss out on anything. You can make the choices. It's just about standing in your inner authority and knowing your worth and knowing your value and communicating your needs and your wants and desires to not only the people in your life, but the universe around you. And watch the manifestation of the world that you're trying to create unfold around you as you're working to align your vibrations with those things that bring you that positivity and that joy and that pleasure and that stability that you're looking for. So let's see here. What's going on for you guys? Okay, so let's see here. So the first couple cards we pulled the Seven of Cups crossed by the Four of Swords reversed. So with the Seven of Cups, this is definitely you, like I said, thinking about looking at out into the long term, looking at your options there, looking at the possibilities of what your life could manifest into. And there's a little bit of a challenge here in the Four of Swords reversed with kind of like coming out of this period of rest and really coming to a space where we're able to take actions on what do you want out of these cups? What direction do you want to start focusing your energy in towards these long-term goals? And maybe some of this action that we need to take that we're struggling to come out into this that we're struggling to kind of move forward into are related to some of those changes that we need to make in our love life or in our personal relationships, or even kind of our mental processes and your thinking. Third house does deal with kind of your thoughts and your thought processes. So be cognizant of what your thoughts are feeding you, because your thoughts do kind of dictate the reality that you're creating. But the conclusion that we're coming up on here, we do have the Judgment card. So yeah, this is definitely time to make some of those ultimate decisions and use your judgment. Use your judgment on what's working best for you, what feels connected, what feels divine, what feels like it's a block in your life. What feels like a block in your life that isn't coming to any kind of resolve. This judgment requires some kind of decision to be made. So we're going to have to exercise that divine judgment this week. This could also be you feeling judged by others as you're making some of these decisions. But it's important to remember that you're making these from your heart space, from your inner alignment, from your higher self. And as long as you're taking decisions into consideration through that area, you are being guided into more positive, more aligned spaces. And sometimes we will just be judged by others for some of these decisions, and sometimes it can hurt. But you know ultimately within your inner self what decisions are leading you into a positive direction and which one aren't. You've definitely got some options here to build upon. It's on harnessing that energy and about, coming out of this rest and taking some action and moving forward and starting to make some of those decisions about what's connecting and what's not, and what we can kind of let go of through some of these processes in order to expand with Venus over there in your 9th house. But in any case, I love you all, my Scorpios, so much. I hope you're doing well out there, and I will be back next week.